I believe it's the last part of the question, that it is a necessary regulation, and that's, as someone who worked with full-time with two insurance companies and then part-time with one when I was at Dartmouth, that it's there's just an inherent conflict in providing the necessary right care for people with the profit motive driven approach. So I'll just give you one small example of that. When I was with my insurance company in Wisconsin, one late Friday afternoon, our CFO, Chief Financial Officer, called me and said, "We're closing the books for the quarter. We're a couple pennies short right now on what Wall Street expects us to make for the quarter. Any big tickets coming up in your prior authorization area?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, we got a request in for a heart transplant this morning. It's cut and dried. This guy needs a heart transplant." Well, the cost of that heart transplant was the 2 pennies that this company needed for the quarter. He said, "Can you wait and approve it on Monday so it goes on next quarter's books?" And I said, "Well, what if a heart turns up this weekend?" "Well, they'll figure that out at the hospital where the fellow is." But those are the inherent conflicts that arise when you've got a profit-driven, market-based industry involved in these critical life and death needs of people.
I don't have a story that dramatic, but I would agree that, again, kind of back to something I said earlier, who is the customer for the insurance company? And I think I've worked for insurance companies for a lot of my career, and proudly so. I think I've worked for some great companies, and I do think, as Congressman McCollum said, this is an American bill. We're big on choice. We're big on people being able to select among alternatives. I think that's a good thing. So I'm glad to see that there will be continued consumer choice and alternatives for the coverage structures. But I think it's critical that government be absolutely clear that the interest to be served here is the community's interest and the patient's interest, the citizen's interest, ours, not just Wall Street or the competitors themselves. Even, who's the customer between the employer who's paying the insurance company's bills or the enrollee, the employee of that employer. I think it's in our current system. The insurers have a lot of mixed signals that they're trying to respond to, and I think a better crafted marketplace where the rules are more straightforward and the public interest is assured through the construct of what are basic minimum benefits that everybody's going to be able to get no matter what type of insurance you have, I think will actually be beneficial to the insurers too, to be able to figure out how to add value in a more straightforward way. I'm not sure that that's the view inside the insurance industry, but I think that a lot of my colleagues that I've worked with for many years agree with what Dr. Urson just said, that we respond to incentives that we know are crazy in the insurance system. So there are a lot of good insurers, I think, who will respond to a stronger set of incentives coming from this new market.